Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got the glasses on today because, boy, the pollen is terrible and my eyes are not happy. So anyhow, if you're wondering why I'm wearing those, there you go. So today we're going to go ahead and take care of some more stuff on the truck. I'm going to go ahead and finish the radiator mount and get the wiring all done. And it's been a while since I took a video because, well, it's like everybody else, I'm waiting for parts. It's the whole coronavirus thing's kind of just slowed everything down. So anyhow, I got most of the parts that I need to get most of this stuff done, so let's go ahead and get after it. Oh, and before I forget, can you hit the like and subscribe button? Look through my statistics and it looks like 90% of you guys that watch my videos are not subscribers. You really should do that. Anyhow, on with the program. So the first thing I need to do, or I've already done, I still got to do the other side, is I made a tab for the radiator mount to bolt to. As you can see, I just notched the piece of flat bar and welded it on there. I'm going to drill a couple holes in there, and then of course a couple holes into this dealie right here. That way I could take this whole core support, radiator, everything out together. That way if I need to get access back there, it's a lot easier than trying to get through this stretched metal and all that. So having it unbolt is always a good idea. So I got to do the other side still, but I got that one done. I just got to drill a hole. Part two is I wanted to get the wiring done. So anyhow, this seemed to make the most sense. So I'm just going to mount it on that flat part right there. And I'll run all this shit to it. And that should keep it safe. Because the last thing I need to do is have that thing arcing out all over the goddamn place. So I got to do that today. I've already got the O2 sensors put in. Those came in the other day, so I got those in and wired up and all that. As a side note for the wiring of the ECU, I was having a little issue with the throttle. It felt like it wouldn't activate till I was about halfway down, and then the throttle would work. And come to find out, if I'd read a little better, that needs to have constant 12 volts, whether the key's on or not. And so does the computer. So what I did is I took both of those wires out from inside the cab and pulled them all the way back out, and then I ran them across the back and conduit and put them on an inline fuse, and then I have them going to go straight to the 12 volt power. That way the keep alive memory will work on the computer and the throttle will have its 12 volts so it can remember what the hell's going on. Alright, so next part of the wiring project is to get the battery cable all squared away. So simply how this works is I went and got a brass eyelet, 2 gauge. I don't know if it'll focus on it or not, but as you can see it's 2 gauge, and essentially as you can see it's hollow. And then I took my battery cable and I cut it to the right length, of course. And so how this works is you just take this little guy right here and stick it in the vise, and then you can get these little soldering pellets is what they're called. As you can see, 2 AWG. Basically, not to plug Tacoma Screw Products, but that's where I happen to find them from. So anyhow, how that works is you just take one of these little guys right there, boop, stick it in the hole, and then put the wire in there like that, and then take your MAP gas or propane torch and heat that up. It'll melt that solder and all that happiness, and then as it melts, you just push the wire in there. Once it bottoms out, let her cool off, and she's happy. It's way nicer than using those crimp tools. Those crimp tools are super duper nice, but man, they are expensive as hell. So this is a lot cheaper way of doing it and still having a nice connector without having any hokey bullshit that's gonna give you problems down the road. So here we go, pretty simple deal. I shouldn't even have to time lapse it, it should be that quick. Famous last words, right? and now it is one. I kind of melted the insulation a little bit, but as you can see, pretty slick. All right, and as you can see, I can pull on it and it ain't going anywhere. So I'm gonna let this cool off a little bit, and then of course I have to do the other end of the cable. Same procedure, and then we'll go ahead to get into mounting this in the truck and get the circuit breaker all wired in, make this safe as I possibly can, and yeah, get one step closer to getting this thing road ready. All right, so I got the positive battery cable all squared away. Got the battery hold down all in place. Got that all happy, good to go. So I ended up running the positive battery cable straight through the cab. That was the easiest way to do it. I had some grommets available that I purchased before, so I thought, what the hell, we'll just do that. Keep this really simple. And then all I had to do was worry about it inside the trunk, which turned out pretty nice. I went ahead and just ran it right through there. P-clamp it to the back of the cab and then ran it right down to the circuit breaker. Not too bad, pretty clean look. And then I went ahead and just ran this underneath the carpet. As you can see, there's part of it, and there's a little bit of it there. And then of course I snuck it up through there. I still got to put a plug in that, but I'm not done wiring the rest of this yet. I just wanted to show you that. And then I got the junction block all ready to go. I made sure everything all fits, and I put nylocks on there so that thing won't come loose. So and I did P-clamp the cable underneath of this where the carpet is also, or the plastic, whatever you want to call it. So I got that all squared away. So yeah, it's looking really good. It was a whole lot of trial and error. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the content, and I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.